10 ways to tell if a femme girl likes you. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge. I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about 10 ways to tell if a femme girl likes you. So the first thing that I just quickly want to discuss is what it means to be like a feminine lesbian or a feminine bi girl. So basically these ones can be a little bit more hard to spot because they do, shall we say, look straight. So they might be wearing, you know, feminine clothing. You know, you don't, with femme girls, you typically look at them and sometimes you are not sure whether or not they are straight or not. And you don't know if they're gay because they just don't look, you know, the typical gay, you know, sort of like attire, you know, hair, you know, and those things are actually good markers to tell if someone is gay or not, or if they're bi. You know, is how they are dressed and the things that they are drawn to wearing. So if you are masculine, then you're probably a little bit more into girls that are feminine because that's just how sexual polarity works. We tend to be attracted to our opposite. So if you consider yourself to be masculine, you're more attracted to feminine girls, and it might not be like the way that they look, but it actually might be their personality as well. Their personality is very feminine. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the way that they look, but most of the time, if you're masculine, you probably are attracted to girls that do look indeed feminine and, you know, wear the sort of like the straight girl kind of clothing. So if you've come to this video and you're still even wondering perhaps if she's gay or not, then the best way to actually do that, and the quickest way you can do that, is actually just coming out to her. So if you're already a little bit friendly with her, so let's say she's someone you go to school with or she's someone that you work with, then when you're having a conversation with her, then, you know, come out to her, say, well, you could ask her a question like, oh, do you have a boyfriend or something like that, and she might be, no, I'm single at the moment. And you can be like, yeah, I'm looking for a girl to date right now, you know. So you're coming out to her in more of a subtle way instead of just, you know, running up to her and saying, I'm gay, are you? You know, because that's typically not a very, it's a weird way of doing things if you do it like that. So I wouldn't suggest you do that. So you might want to just test the waters a little bit, just to find out a little bit more information about her, to find out if she is actually gay or not, because if you just randomly ask her out, it may alienate her a little bit, and of course you don't even know if this person's very accepting of gay people, of the LGBT community. So you want to make sure that the person you're dealing with is open-minded. You want to make sure the person you're dealing with is also someone that could be potentially gay, or at least you're unsure, or you know is gay anyway. So the first way to tell if a femme girl likes you is when she's talking to you and you're having a conversation, she might be, you know, touching her hair. So basically what this is, it's a preening technique. She is basically trying to look presentable. So that's why she will be touching her hair. And if she's trying to look presentable, another thing she might do is actually tug at her clothes, you know, so she looks a bit more tidy. It could be a nervous thing, but it also is a sign of attraction. She might not be like going at you, because I know that's like the typical sort of thing that you see in movies and like TV shows and stuff, but usually she'll just be like touching her hair. It might be very subtle, so you need to keep an eye out for it. So the second way to tell if a femme girl likes you is that when you are talking to each other and interacting with each other, if she feels comfortable around you and you've done things well to make her feel comfortable around you, she will be touching you. She may touch your arm, or let's say if you're laughing together, she may like go, ah, you're so funny, and then touch your arm, or maybe even your leg if you're on a date. When you're walking side by side, so let's say perhaps you go to different departments where you work, or you're at school together and you're walking together to class, she may bump into you and just playfully tap you, basically. So that's another sign to tell if a girl likes you. And basically what it means when a girl is touching you, even if they're just like subtle touches, it means that she feels comfortable around you and you're doing a good job at making her feel relaxed. You're probably making her laugh and she just enjoys your company, because basically when you're not attracted to someone and when you don't like someone like at all, you just don't want to be near them. You don't want to be touching them. You don't want to be up close to them. You will be doing the exact opposite. I mean, you know how you behave around people that you do not like. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean people that you don't want to date, but just people that you just do not like in general. So people that really you know, you really don't like, for example, it might be someone that smells, or it might be someone that you know is just a bad person. You want to be away from that person as much as you possibly can. So, and then also notice how you are when you are with people that you do like. You know, you want to be more closer to them, you're laughing, you know, you're probably bumping into each other, you know, and playing, being playful with each other. So it's best to keep an eye on those kind of markers as well, and be aware of your own behavior, because that will probably more likely match how she is going to be as well. So that's something else to keep in mind. So the next way to tell if a femme girl likes you is she asks you questions about your life. And these questions can sometimes be quite personal. So she might ask you things about your family, or she might be asking really deep questions about your likes and dislikes. So if a girl's doing this and she's inquiring about you, it means that she's interested. Now, it might not necessarily mean that she's like in love with you and has a crush on you, but when someone is asking you questions and they're genuinely interested, they are at least interested in you as a person, and that's a good start. So if she is inquiring about you, wondering about you, asking, it just generally seems interested about your life, that's a really good sign that she might like you. She may even come to you for advice. So if you do consider yourself to be quite masculine, and that is your essence, and you really love like feminine women, then what you'll find is a lot of feminine women will then come to you for your advice. And if you're really in your masculine essence and in your core, they will feel safe and comfortable around you. And that's why they will ask for your advice, because they feel secure around you. And that's one of the things that a masculine person does. They make others feel safe. Just make people feel calm and safe, and you're usually a voice of reason. So if the girl that you like is coming up to you and asking for your advice, or even just asking for reassurance, that's a really good sign that she trusts you and that she likes you. The fourth way to tell if a femme girl likes you is she invites you to do things. So for example, let's say she's going to a party on the weekend. She will ask you to come along. And if you see that she's inviting out other people to like go along to the thing that she's doing, and she isn't inviting you, you know, you should take that as a sign that she probably doesn't like you very much. Perhaps she doesn't even like you that much as a person. But if she invites you along to do stuff, and especially if she invites you to do things with her alone, you know, like she invites you out to the cinema, or she invites you out for, you know, to go to like a fun fair or something, then that's a really good sign that she likes you, because she wants to spend that time with you. Now, if she asks to hang out with you, but there's other people going to be there, that might be a sign that she just wants to be friends with you, or it might not be. So, but basically any time when she is inviting you to go and do things with her, whether it's alone or with other people, it's a good sign that she at least likes you as a person. And it will definitely show that she likes you more than a friend if it's just you two doing things together. The fifth way to tell if a femme girl likes you is if you ask her out, she'll say yes. Now this is one of my favorite ways to tell if a girl likes you, because if she likes you in that way, then of course, if you ask her out, she's gonna say yes. Of course she will. Why would she say no? So that's one of the best ways. I know it's not the way that probably a lot of people want to attack this kind of thing, because it's very much putting yourself out there for the potential rejection. It's a very scary thing to do. But if you're masculine, you need to be the more braver one out of the two, because that's what it means to be more masculine as well. That's another thing. You are more braver than your feminine counterpart. You don't want to be less brave than her, because if you're being less brave than her and not going for things, then you are more feminine than what she is in that moment. And if you're into feminine girls, then you need to be more braver than those feminine girls. You need to be the one that asks them out. You need to be the one that arranges things and makes the decisions, because that is what a masculine person does when they're in their masculine core. And when you ask her out, and let's say she does say yes, she doesn't come up with excuses. Now, sometimes when you ask a girl out, she may say something like, I'm busy, or I'm not really ready to date right now, or I don't really want to date anyone who I work with or who I'm at school with. These are basically just subtle ways of telling you no without hurting your feelings. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. If she is saying no to you, but she's saying things that are kind of confusing, like, you know, I don't want to date anyone right now, it just means that she's saying no, but she doesn't want to hurt your feelings. However, sometimes if you ask her out, so you say to her, do you want to hang out on Saturday? And she goes, no, but I'll tell you what, I am free Sunday. You know, that's a good sign. Like if she gives you alternative times to meet up, and gives you alternative dates, then that's still a sign that she likes you. It just means that she wasn't busy on that particular day. The sixth way to tell if a femme girl likes you is you will notice her looking at you. Now this is a very subtle thing, and I wouldn't read a lot into it, but we do tend to stare at people that we are into, that we like. We tend to glance at people that we are into. And obviously sometimes this might just be, like, I remember a time when I was at university. There was this guy who was in my class, and basically he was a stalker. He was really into me. I had already told him no, that I wasn't interested, and basically he just kept on staring at me. But sometimes I would look over him just to make sure he wasn't looking at me, because it was really off-putting. So I would keep on looking over at him, hoping that he wasn't looking at me anymore. So sometimes that might actually be the case. She might just be staring at you because she's noticing that you're staring at her a lot, and she's kind of like, why are you staring at me? Stop staring at me. So you need to be very careful with this. But if you notice that she's giving you glances, it is a good sign that she likes you, but make sure that she's doing these other things as well. The seventh way to tell if a femme girl likes you is when you're talking to her, her body will be actually like facing you. So if she doesn't like you, she will be kind of like, especially if she doesn't even like you as a person, she will be like trying to get away from you. She will be facing the other way, kind of like it looks like she wants to escape. But if she likes you, she'll be facing towards you. Her torso will be facing towards you. Her knees will be facing towards you. Her feet might even be facing towards you. She will be looking at you. And that's a really good body language sign that she really does like you. So one of the things that you might want to do, and this is like a very common thing, and you've probably heard this a lot because if this isn't the first video that you found on this topic, and that is if she's from like a different side of the room. So let's say you're at a party or something, and she's on the other end of the room. Notice how her body is facing. She might actually be not even realizing it. If she likes you, her body will be facing towards you, her feet will be facing towards you, and you'll be able to tell that from across the room. But again, it's not a massive sign that she likes you, so make sure that she's doing some of these other things as well. So the eighth way to tell if a femme girl likes you is that when she sees you, she's excited to see you. Whenever you approach her and you talk to her, she's excited to talk to you. She doesn't look fed up, she doesn't look annoyed, she is genuinely happy to see you and to talk to you. Because obviously if she feels happy and excited to be around you, then obviously she associates very positive feelings with being around you. And that means she at least likes you as a person, because if she didn't like you as a person, she wouldn't be excited to see you. So the ninth way to tell if a femme girl likes you is that she messages you out of the blue. And it might be for like really silly reasons. So it might be she might send you a message referring to something that you had said earlier on in the day. So let's say you were talking about movies, and then she brings it up in conversation. She was like, oh hey, do you remember when we was talking about this earlier? Or she might just write to you and just be like, hey, how are you? Basically, anytime she initiates contact is a really, really good sign that she likes you. And the trick is, you know, when a girl reaches out to you and is talking to you, in those times it's a really good idea to make a plan to meet up with her. So if she reaches out to you and says, hey, how are you doing? You're like, hey, I'm great, thanks. How are you? Do you want to hang out on Saturday? Are you free this weekend? And then make some plans together. Because the longer you wait and you don't date her, the more likely it is that she is going to put you into the friend zone. So if you're into this girl, then don't wait. Whenever she reaches out to you or you reach out to her, ask her out, see how it goes. The 10th way to tell if a femme girl likes you is she approaches you. So she doesn't just initiate contact with you, but she actually approaches you. So if you know this person at work or if you know them at school, then they actually come up to you and ask for your advice. They actually come up to you and talk to you. They actually come up to you and ask you questions about your day. And they are genuinely happy to see you when they do this. You know, they actually are making the effort. So whenever a girl is making effort towards you, it's a good sign that she likes you. Now, obviously, you don't know for sure if maybe she just sees you as a friend or if she is actually into you. So the best way that you can actually do this is just by asking her out, because that will be the fail-proof way of finding out if she likes you or not. Asking her out, because if she likes you, she will say yes. You need to be brave and go for it, because the longer you wait, the more emotional you're just going to get, the more invested your feelings are going to get. And at this point, you don't even know for sure if she likes you. So you need to, you know, if you actually started dating her and going on a relationship with her, you might actually find out that this girl isn't actually for you, and you've just wasted your time and emotions for months and months on a girl that actually you don't really want to be with. Because you don't know what it's like to date her. You don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with her. You don't know what it's like to live with her. And it's only when you start doing those things that you can actually start qualifying whether or not this girl is someone you even want to be with in the first place. So it's better to get on with the process and ask her out, or at least, you know, show her that you're gay and find out if she's gay or not. You know, you need to be doing these things as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the more you're just going to fall in love with her, the more feelings you're going to get for her, and the harder it is going to be to separate yourself from her if you find out this is someone that you don't want to be with, or you find out that she's not gay and she's not interested in you. There's no point you wasting the months and the years of your life on a girl who you're not even sure of yet. So you want to make sure that you get on with this process as soon as possible. Do not waste your life. You know, get on with it. And the reason I say this is because I was like this too. You know, even when I was like at school, I really liked a bunch of girls, and I really liked them. And I wanted to, you know, say to them that I liked them, and then months and years would go by and I would still have feelings for them. And yet I hadn't even found out if they were gay. I hadn't even found out if they liked me or not. And it was a lot harder to separate myself from that when I either found out that they were straight or they just weren't interested. So don't waste your life. You need to go for it. You need to get it on with it, because then, at least then, you can move on if they don't like you and find someone that actually really does like you. Please do not waste months and years of your lives on girls that you don't even know are interested. Anyway guys, I hope this has helped you. If you need help with a specific situation, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop and you can get coaching with me, or alternatively you can use the email address provided in this video's description box. If you like this video, then please leave a like, please subscribe, and leave down below a comment with your opinion and whether or not you have some other signs yourself that a femme girl likes you. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye guys.